Okay, this is the Rife Life, and welcome to this edition of Camper Cramps. We are in Oregon at a Harvest Host. First of all, it's a smokehouse. We didn't eat all day, 3-hour drive to get here, and it's closed because they're having electrical problems. They got no AC, they sent everybody home, so I ain't getting no brisket. I got a brand new Predator 3500 super quiet inverter generator from the big old Harbor Freight. I purchased in December. It's got like 10 hours on it. So I fired it up this is the first time of our trip. I'm gonna fire it up. Ran for a little bit, and over here, there's little lights flashing right here. This is the CO, carbon monoxide sensor. And all over the internet, when these things get up in 100 degrees, this thing flashes and it shuts her down. I'm running it outside, out in the open. So I called Harbor Freight, 90 days exchange, whatever.
And they know there's a problem with them.
They know there's a problem with them. So, of course, I watched on YouTube, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass the carbon monoxide sensor. I don't recommend anybody does this. It's a very dangerous situation. It's like if you're in your garage or something using this or whatever. But I ain't sweating and sleeping tonight, so I got to take this side of it off, get to the sensor, take the wheels off of it, and get an 8mm wrench and take these bottom ones out, flip these caps off, and there's Carter keys there, and then you just bypass some wires, and I'll show you what's happening when I get down to that. So you all take a break.
Well, tell us again what you got to take off.
I got to take this cover here off. Take these wheels off. I got 3 bolts down here, 8mm. Got to take this cover off. That's where the oil cap is. Pull this rope out a little bit, and then this all comes off, and the O2 sensor's right here. We bypass some wires. We're going to hot wire it, make it act like there ain't no CO or whatever, because you got to replace the sensor. I ain't got no sensor. I'm in Oregon. So I'll get right back to you. Oh, there's another cramp. Okay, back to Camper Cramps. So I just finished taping off some wires. And once again, I don't recommend that anybody does this, but this is the CO sensor. Wires come down through here into this plug, and it sends it into the main body. So what you do is pull the plug off, and you wire together the green and the white, and you wire together the black and the brown, and you wire nut it and tape it. Now the ones on the CO sensor side, you just tape them off. They're no good anymore.
Individually.
Yeah, tape them off individually. And then the red and the green,
no.
Jeez, the red and the yellow don't do anything to them. So she's plugged back in. I'm going to attempt to start the baby up, plug the RV in, see if she'll run on this tailgate for a few minutes. And I'll get right back to you. Than it was last time. There's something pretty weather. I'm going to plug the RV in.
Is the air on?
No, there's no go turn the air on. We'll get back to you. Okay, we bypassed the CO sensor. RV's plugged in, AC's running, it's 102 degrees here in Oregon. This thing hasn't shut off yet, and it wouldn't run that long the last time, so I think it's a success. I'm going to put it all back together, set it on the ground. We'll get back in about an hour and make sure it works okay. Okay, welcome back to Camper Cramps. As you know, the generator quit running on me several times. It's 101 degrees here in Oregon, and what I found out was the O2 sensor was faulty. Happens a lot with these Predator 3500 super quiet generators. I only need 30 amp to run the air conditioner on this thing. So I bypassed the CO sensor, and it's been running for like 2 hours now. So everything's good. It's a faulty CO sensor, in case you're using it inside, builds up too much carbon monoxide, then it'll shut itself off. Well, they're faulty, and Harbor Freight, the one I called in Oregon, they won't do anything about it because it's been over 90 days. So they can't do anything. But they can tell me how to get the part. Well, I ain't putting another part on. So one thing I'm going to tell you is I don't recommend anybody doing this because it's a safety feature. But this thing will never be used but out in the open. I got to move it a little bit further away from the camper because I was working on it on the tailgate. But it doesn't have a CO sensor anymore. So you don't want to use it inside, on a porch, or real close to anything, because if the gas is built up, it's supposed to shut off, but this one will not. So it worked. I wired around the CO sensor, and she's purring like a kitten. So next time I get a camper cramp, I'll let y'all know. But we're good for now.